Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sadashiva Samarambam Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Narayanam Padmabhavam Vasishtam Shaktim cha Tatra Parasharam cha Vyasam Shukam Gaudapadam Mahantam Govinda Yogindra Matasya Sishyam Sri Shankaracharya Matasya Padma Padam cha Hastamalakam cha Sishyam Tam Todakam Vartika Karamanyanasmadgurun Santatamanatosmi Shruti Smriti Purananamalayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Padam Shankaram Loka Shankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Tamasta Kalyani Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidparam Akandam Satchit Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Gocharam Tamagocharam Govindam Paramanandam Sadgurum Pranatosmyaham. 135. Prakriti Vikriti Binna Shuddha Bodha Swabhavaha Sadasadidam Ashesham Vasayan Nirvisheshaha Vilasadi Paramatma Jagradadishvavastasu Ahamahamidi Sakshat Sakshi Rupena Buddhehe. Atma Kaha इति प्रश्नं कृतवान् शिष्यः तस्य उत्तरार्थम् अयं गुरुः उवाच वाट् प्रकृति विकृति भिन्नः शुद्धबोध स्वभावः आत्मा शुद्धबोध स्वभावः एव आत्मा प्रकृति भिन्नः विकृति भिन्नः. Prakriti is nature, prakriti. Vikriti is variations. So that is prakriti and modifications. Tasmat tebhyah binnaha. Tebhyah binnaha is Shuddha Bodha Swabhavaha. Idam ashesham sad asat. All that is known or unknown, drishtam, adrishtam, murti rupam, amurti rupam cha. Whatever is seen, whatever is unseen, whatever is known, unknown, akilam nirvisheshaha basayan. Nirvisheshaha. And entire thing has been completely illumining all of them. And without itself going through no change. Vilasati Paramatma. Asheshadaha Nirvisheshaha Vilasati Paramatma. And Jagradadi avastasu, in those state of waking, dream, etc. Sakshat aham iti sakshi rupena buddhehe. Buddhehe sakshi rupena, as the witness of the buddhi, aham iti sakshat bhati. So it is that which is not seen by us, no doubt, but it is there. This is how the answer is given. So here for the Bhashya, it is said, Prakritihi avidya vikridayah akashadayah tad binnah karya karana vidirita ityartah. Karyam prakritihi karanam prakritihi karya vikritihi. Now, Shuddha Bodha Swabhavaha, Shuddha Nirvishayaha Yabodha Jnanam Tadeva Swabhavaha. Nirvishaya Swabhavaha. Objectless awareness. Gurudev says it, objectless awareness. See, in the state of sleep, objectlessness also is there, but not awareness of that is there. In Samadhi Avastha or in the attempt in meditation, is the objectlessness to be practiced. As Ramana Maharshi would say, that when the mind turns away from all the things that it is occupied with, what would remain is only the pure awareness. But even then, in that state also, there is a feeling of I am aware of the absence. There is an assertion of the I, even in that. So that also should be overcome. That is the beauty of the koham iti dhyanam. Who am I? So here, objectlessness along with awareness, but not merely awareness of the objectlessness. See, in the sleep, it is objectlessness is there. Awareness is also not self-recognizing. That is a state of sleep. And why it is so? Tamo vibhutaha. Because of the tamas. Because of the power of avarana. So the avarana shakti does not allow you to reach the state of pure awareness where the objectlessness is associating objectlessness along with awareness without any kind of external support. That is not known in sleep because of the power of avarana. That is the reason why during the state of waking, one has to enhance sattva. Sattva cannot be enhanced in sleep or a dream because there is no purushartha there. There is no self-effort. The effort has to be put in the state of waking alone, where a person can enhance this sattva by making sure that the thoughts that arise in one's mind are not either rajasic or tamasic. That is why Bhagavan explains in Gita about sattvic food. And he is explained about what is sattvic yajna, what is sattvic dhanam, and what is sattvic karma, who is a sattvic karta. All that in 18th chapter also will explain who is a sattvic karta, what is sattvic dhanam, and what is sattvic yajna, and what is sattvic bhojanam. Why so much emphasis on those things? If one can easily achieve the state of awareness without object in the sleep itself, well, then why do we need any sadhana itself? Sadhana kya hota hai? Sadhana ki very objective of sadhana is enhancement of sattva. And that is why, amanitvam, adambitvam, ahimsa, kshanti, arjavam, acharyopasnam, shaucham, stairyam. All these are all said to be sattvika. And it is said Devi Sampat, Abhayam, Sattva, Samshuddhi, Atmaya. And then all that is given as in 16th chapter, all that is said in 13th chapter, all that are given in 12th chapter. So all that is given only to enhance our sattva. And only when sattva is increased, a person who is withdrawing from the world, drishyavaridam chittamatmanah chittadarshanam tattvadarshanam. So drishyavaridam chittam. Varidam, divide off. Drishyavaridam chittam. That mind, that perception which does not have any more externality. Drishyavaritam chittamatmanah. That mind which is turned away from all the objects and now looking only upon the self, when that has enhanced sattva by which it does not fall back into sleep. It doesn't slip into sleep. The Avarana Shakti is overcome. Now, for example, when we are working in this world also, Avarana Shakti will come. Tiredness. Not tiredness because you're physically tired. Mental tiredness. Boredom. क्यों आज नहीं पूजा क्यों करते हैं? ठीक है, every day I'm doing so, not why not? Why do I have to do today? भोजन में मत करो फिर. Every day you're doing it. But very easily we let go or compromise or give up what is sattvic. Easily we give that. Because why? In sattvic activity there is no result. I mean, what is that in 17th chapter also, when I was explaining that the nitya karma a person does, संध्या वंदन आदि, वो नित्य कर्म है. वो नित्य कर्म में कुछ फल नहीं मिलता है. There is no phalam for a nitya karma. What is the karma then? What is the why should one should do then? Sattva pravrityartam. Sattva has to be enhanced. So for the vritti of sattva. And nature of sattva is what? Jnanam. Sattvat sanjayate jnanam. So sattva is that which gives place for or gives a provision for, prepares for jnanam. So this preparation is what is called the phalam. It is not a result that happens when you do an action. An action you do, there is a result. But in this action, nitya karma, there is no external result. So therefore, here it is said, Shuddha Bodha Swabhava. Shuddha Nirvishaya Ya Bodha Jnanam Tadeva Swabhava Swarupam Yasya Kevala Drikrupaha Ityartaha. Idam Pratyakshadi Prameyam Sat Teja Adi Murtam Asat Amurtam Akashi Vayu Adikam Ashesham Samastam Vasayan Prakashayan Nirvisheshaka Nirdharmakaha. Nirdharmakaha Atma, one who does not have a quality of its own, it creates, or it is the sakshi of what? Both the perceivable things of the nature, imperceptible things of the nature also. Teja Adi. Tejaha ab bhuhu. These among the 5 elements, fire, water, earth can be seen. Vayu and Akasha cannot be seen. See, the other day when I was in San Antonio, somebody asked me this question. So the question came on, what is the difference between Sankhyan? Why does Sankhya is brought in by Bhagavan Krishna? See, in Upanishads, you will not find details about gunas. There is no discussion on guna in Upanishads. So why Krishna had brought in guna in the discussion in Gita? Because in Upanishad it is said, Tasmatva etasmat akasha sambhuta akashat vayuhu vayoho agni ityadi. From the Brahman, Akasha came, from Akasha Vayuhu, from Vayu to water, that is Why to Tejas, that is Agni, Agnehe Apaha, etc. Now, a qualityless, as it is said, Nirdharmakaha Atma, Tasmat Atmanaha, Akashaka, Shabdarupa Akashaha, Katam Jayate. How from the qualityless self, Brahman, Akasha, which is the subtlemost among all the elements, but why the subtle element called Akasha is born out of Brahman, which has a quality of sound. See, any effect should have the quality of the cause only, right? If gold is there and if I make an ornament, it must be gold only. And from Akashat Vayu, if you look at further, from Akasha which has sound, Vayu has an additional quality of touch. कहाँ से आया? इसलिए Maya की introduction has to be done. And that Maya, which has the three qualities, are elaborately discussed in Sankhya. And Sankhyan system explains what is the nature of gunas and how Maya is Trigunatmika. So that is the reason why Bhagavan Krishna especially brought that part only to make sure that the distinction, the Akasha, which is coming from Brahman, how did it get the quality? कहाँ से आया वो quality? From qualityless, Gunarahita Atma से Gunasahita Akash कहाँ कब मिले, कब आएगा, कैसे आएगा? So the quality is from where? That is Maya. Even though apparent, but it has to be explained. So that is the reason why Bhagavan Krishna brought that point in the second chapter and called it Sankhya Yoga. So here he says Nirdharmakaha, Nirvisheshaha, Ashesham Samastam Prakashayan Basayan Nirvisheshakaha, Asat Amurtam Murtam Cha. Paramatma Jagadadishu Jagra Swapna Sushuptyadishu Avastasu Buddhehe Sakshirupena Sushuptao Api Bijatmana Buddhehe Sattatvat. And as said in the last class, I asked the question, in the state of sleep also he is a witness in the form of a very minimum expression or minimum presence of buddhi, which records the absence of everything, which can be recalled upon waking up. If there is no experiencer or noticed, if nobody is noticing it, how do you recall it? I do not know what is happening in the temple. Why? I'm not there. Somebody asked between 7:45 and 8:30, what happened in the temple? I don't know. How many people were there? I don't know. Whereas in sleep, even though there is I don't know, that I don't know is whatever I know before is not there. Whatever I had experienced in the waking and dream, at that point of time when I went to sleep, those things are not there. But not that I was not there. I being not there, how do you know? Your own absence, can you experience? If you have to experience your own absence, there must be something other than you must be there. So here it is said, Bijatmana Buddhehe Sattvat. Bijatmana Buddhehe, the state of Bija Atma, a seedal form of Buddhi, Sushupto Api. And there also, Aham iti Sakshat Pratyaktaya Vilasati Prakashate. And there also, it is purely present with Aham iti. The only difference in Sushupti and Samadhi is where the situation is same, where nothing is there other than Atman, But there, the buddhi records the absence of everything, and because of the overpowering tamas, there is no awareness of the self. At that state, only the waking up, the experience is, I was not there, but I was there to experience absence of everything, but I was not even aware of myself at that point. Whereas in samadhi, not only one experiences the absence of everything, but full presence of oneself. And therefore, when a person comes out of samadhi, he does not have any doubt about that. After samadhi, if somebody has doubt, what was I? There is no doubt. So, continuing here, explaining about what is Atman in the verse number 136. What is to be done? Katam Atmanam, Katam Atma Jnanam Sambhavati. So, here it is said, Pratama Sadhanam Atma Sanyamanam. Atma Sanyamanam Pratama Sadhanam. Niyamita Manusamam Tvam Niyamita Manasamam Tvam. No, this is a different meter. Niyamita Manasama. No, Manasa Amum. Niyamita Manasa Amum Tvam. Swatmanam Atmani. No, this is not the root. Niyamita Manasanam Tvam Swatmanam Atmani. Niyamita Manasamam Tvam Swamatmanam Atmani. Aham idi sakshat vidhi buddhi prasadat. Jani marana taranga para samsara sindhum. Pratava bhava kritarto brahma rupena samstha. Niyamita manasamum tvam swatmanam atmani. Ahamaham sakshat vidhi buddhi prasadat. Jani marana taranga para samsara sindhum. Pratara bhava kritarto brahma rupena samstha. Tvam, you, atmani, in yourself, niyamita manasa, by the controlled mind, amum swam atmanam, your own self, this aham iti, which is present there, aham as said before, sakshat buddhi prasadat vidhi. By the grace of your buddhi, you come to realize. Atmani aham atma vidhi. Kaha dhoond rahe ho bando? As Kapir will ask this question. Right? That what is it? You know the song? Kaha dhoond rahe ho bando? मैं मंदिर में नहीं हूँ, मस्जिद में नहीं हूँ. I am not in मंदिर, काशी में नहीं हूँ, वाराणसी में नहीं हूँ, कैलाश में नहीं हूँ. आत्मनि एव अहम्. Why are you searching everywhere? Niyamita manasa. So he puts it very clearly. Buddhi prasadat. Buddhi is jnana. Jnana prasadat. Vidhi. Come to know with the grace of the knowledge. And also, most important is niyamita manasa. Gurudev calls it as this buddhi and mind, even though they are one and the same in terms of their structure, but their functionality are different. One is agitated, agitated, constantly moving, undecided, unclear, doubtful, disturbed mind. And this disturbed mind is constantly in touch with the senses, and therefore senses are also disturbed. Going out, seeking this or that, trying to fulfill this or that desire. So controlled by the mind, senses are also onto constant movement. Whereas buddhi, due to knowledge, very steady. Let us say that I'm going in a car and suddenly tire got punctured. If I do not know how to change the tire, what would be my condition? I cannot move anywhere. I have to wait for somebody to help me, or I'll call AAA. Or if I'm in a zone where there is no phone signal also, then I am more agitated. Whereas if I have the spare tire, even if I have a spare tire, I do not know how to, jack it up and remove that and put. So obviously I'm disturbed and agitated. When I have the knowledge, as soon as the tire, okay, now get all that I need to do is get out, open the trunk, take out the tire, put the jack, take it out, remove it. So I can do it myself. Why? Because buddhi, jnana prasadat, because of the grace of the knowledge, there is no disturbance. At once it knows what to do. Knowledge is that which helps you to bring your attention to the present and get into action, what needs to be done at that point. So the mind, which is constantly agitated, needs to be brought under control. The niyamita manasa, first one he says, buddhi prasadat atmani swamatmanam aham iti sakshat viddhi. Come to understand that aham in you is that self. So, kritartha bhava. Next he says, become fulfilled in your life. How? Jani marana taranga apara samsara sindhum prataraha bhava kritartha bhava. How Brahma Rupena Samstaha, being abiding in the self only by to overcome the ocean of birth and death and crossing over to the other side is possible. As Gurudev writes it here, with the regulated mind and purified intellect, realize your own self, which is in this body, identify yourself with it, and cross the shoreless ocean of samsara, whose waves are birth and deaths, become blessed by getting firmly established in Brahman, which is your own essence. So, janana, marana, ityadi, sarva dukkheshu, in all those various calamities like birth and death, etc., which are considered like that of the waves in the ocean, one cannot cross over to the other side. They will come and hit you more and more, and then you will not be able to overcome that. See, those people who do these, surfing, they have that skill to go above that, right? So because of their ability, they have got that training. So even as the huge wave comes, they go through that and then come out of that. Now you and I stand there. It will come and hit you to take you to the shore. That's it. Over. You will be smashed. So how are they able to overcome that? Because they know the skill of how to wade through that. In the same way, jnana prasadat, buddhi prasadat, one who is able to Brahma rupena samstaha, aham Brahma idi samstaha, one who is able to abide in that self, able to overcome samsara sindhum prataraha bhava. Ability to tara is to cross. Prataraha prakarshena tartum shakyate tasya. By him he is able to overcome that. So, tvam atmani niyamita manasa. Panchabhyaha koshebhyaha Vyavartitam Paramatmani eva Shravana Manana Nididhyasane Stapitam Yanmanaha Tena Karanena Manasa eva Idam Aptavyam Iti Shrutehe. So the mind is the one which needs to be a tool to reach the correct knowledge, no doubt. Why it is said so? See, buddhi is like an absorbing, media. Knowledge can be absorbed by the buddhi, but the means through which the buddhi can absorb is the mind. Because when you are hearing a sound, when you are listening to scriptures from the teacher, it is the mind behind the senses which is actually taking it and then passing it on to the knowledge, to the buddhi. So in the process of that passing on the knowledge from the what is heard through the ears towards the buddhi, if this mind is disturbed, so mind is disturbed about something happened before the class. So what happens? Words are coming. The mind is not able to pass it on clearly to buddhi because it is somewhere else. So buddhi is waiting for the knowledge to happen, but then mind is not conveying it. That is why amanitvam, adambitvam, ahimsa, kshanti, all these things are said to be the tools to knowledge, because the mind which has been predominantly sattvic has minimum disturbance, maximum clarity. And that clarity passed on becomes a knowledge of the buddhi. If the mind has got all these kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya, ahambhava, and all that various kleshas are there, then even as the knowledge comes, shrutva api, even though one hears, ascharyamev na janati. So it is ascharya indeed. Ascharyo vakta kushalanu labdaha, ascharyo jnata kushalanu shishyaha, kushalanu shishtaha. So even when you hear, when the right person, if he is listening, and right person who is teaching, then knowledge cannot but take place, provided the one who is listening has predominantly sattvic. Otherwise, even in a classroom of people, the same knowledge is given, but only few people can gather it. Why? Is the teacher is partial? No. One wife told the husband, our son exactly follows his teacher. So what's the problem? The husband asked. No, when the teacher writes on the board, he writes it in his iPad. When she erases it, he also erases it. He so obediently follows the teacher. So it happens to us also. When we listen carefully, yes, I understand. The moment the class is over, gone. Clean slate. Because the Shravanam is not immediately followed by the Mananam, which is a nature of Sattva. Listening, everybody will listen. But who reflects on what is listened? The listening followed by the reflection is what strengthens the knowledge. So here, buddhi prasadat, asambhavana, samshaya bhavana, viparita bhavana, rupa dosha nashena vishuddha, sakala vida dosha shunya ya buddhi. Buddhi prasada means what? What is this grace of the buddhi? First one is asambhavana nivritti. Bhavana means possible. Asambhavana means the mind, intellect, which is having the doubt of, these are all, I don't think possible. These are all only scholarly knowledge. There is no possibility of this immortality and other things. So asambhavana. or samshaya bhavana, doubt. Doubt about scriptures, doubt about the guru, doubt about the Brahman. Then viparita bhavana. Viparita bhavana is thinking opposite direction, contradictory. Rupa, dosha nashena. These are when are removed, then vishuddha sakala vida dosha shunya ya buddhi. That buddhi which is devoid of all the three. Asambhavana, samshaya bhavana, and viparita bhavana. See, asambhavana can go only through shravana. Because the teacher, when he's teaching, at that time, one should take it up as is without questioning it at that point. Because when your mind is questioning, it is already you lost many things. So that is why Shraddha, faith in the Guru's Vakya. Satya Buddhi Avadarana, Shraddha. Satyam iti Buddhi. Jo Guru कहता है, उसका सत्यत्व, उसमें सत्यत्व बुद्धि. Because Guru has no reason to bluff. He is not going to gain anything out of it. So, what is Guru Vakyeshu, Shastra Vakyeshu, Satya Buddhi Avadarana, Shravana Samaye, Manana Samaye, Samshaya Nivritti. During the time of reflection, you start working on what is that gaps in between that creates a doubt. So, during the reflection, you overcome the doubts by reflecting upon yatha shruti anusarena yuktya. Anusarita yuktya. So, that is why in the sadhana panchagam also what it is said, shrudimadas tarko anusandiyatam, dustarkat subiramyatam. Your own argument you get rid of. Shrutimata tarka anusandiyatam. Follow the tarka or the arguments or methodology of thinking presented by the Shruti, which the teacher explains, and then in your contemplation, you have to follow that part. Through that, samshaya bhavana will get nivritti. Then nididhyasana samaye, at the time of nididhyasana, what is to be removed is viparita bhavana. Mind going here and there. Because purva vasana vegena, because of the force of the purva vasana, the mind, even as it is convinced, even it is having no doubts, but when we start experimenting upon the fact that I am Brahman, there is always a possibility of, due to vasanas of the pre-accumulated vasanas, the mind will not stay steady there. It will keep moving. That is, yedo yedo nischarati manaschanchalamastheram tadastodo niyamyededa atmanyeva vasham nayet. So, asambhavana shravanena, samshaya bhavana mananat, then viparita bhavana nididhyasa abhyasa, nididhyasana abhyasat. Vishuddha sakala vida dosha shunyaya buddhi tasya prasadat anugrahat drishyate tu agraya buddhya sukshmaya iti shrutehe. Upanishad clearly says drishyate tu agraya buddhya sukshmaya sukshmadarshibhihi. So, a person who has become very subtle in his thinking, he will be able to see the nature of the self very clearly by the keen intellect. Jnana prasadena vishuddha sattvaha tadastutam pashyate nishkalam dhyayamanaha. Jnana prasadena, by the grace of the knowledge alone. Swaswarupa bhutam atmanam paramatmanam sa atma tattvam adi shrudehe asanneva sabhavati asat brahme diveda chetidi shrudescha paramatmanaha eva mukhyatvat. In Taittiriya Upanishad said very clearly, asanneva sabhavati asat brahme diveda chet asti brahmeti chet veda santamenam tado vidirati. A person who thinks that Brahman is asat, Brahman is unreal, he becomes unreal. Can anybody say I don't exist? Huh? And someone said, so who are you? I don't exist. How blunderous it is. That I, which you are referring as not existing, is what you are. How can you say I don't exist? So asad brahmedi chet asanneva sabhavati. Asti brahmedi chet veda. One who knows Brahmani is, he alone is, really. Santamenam tato vidruti. So, ayam aham idi sakshad vidhi anya aso anyaha aham diti etavantam kalam stitam buddhim vihaya. I am different from Brahman, which is different from me. In this kind of thinking that has been there for a long time, that having been renounced, vihaya, abedena sakshat kurushva ityartha. Without any difference, you come to recognize your own self. Tat phalam aha, the result of that, what is it? Jani marana taranga apara samsara sindhum pratareti. He the one, he will become able to cross over the endless ocean which has the waves of birth and death. Punarabi jananam, punarabi maranam itiritya brahmajnana alabe avirataya prasajyamana janma marana rupa taranga vishishta aparaha brahma rupa apara jnanat aparaha yaha samsaraha sayeva sindhuhu samudraha tam prataraha prakarshena taraha sadyo muktim apnuhi ityartaha. Pratara here is straight, it's an instruction. Come to cross. Kritartaha prataraha bhava. And what is it that when there is the absence of this Brahma Jnana, then there is no doubt. Punarabhijananam, punarabhimananam. Avirataya, continuous, prasajyamana, janma marana rupa taranga. So if you stand in front of the ocean, you will not know where the waves start, and there is no end of it. There comes another one, again comes, another one again comes. So you cannot say, I will get into the ocean only when there are no waves. Then wait. Forever you have to wait. Satatamabi brahma rupena samstaha kritartaha bhava kartavyantara rahito bhava. So, kartavyantara rahitaha bhava. There is nothing else to be done. Kartavyantara rahita bhava ityartha. Jnanamrudena triptasya kritakrityasya yoginaha naivasti kinchit kartavyam aschitena satatvavit. For the person who is thus reaching that state of understanding, there is nothing more to be done. If he thinks he has something more to do, he has not reached there. If somebody says that, I want to go to Los Angeles, and having reached Los Angeles, he still thinks I have to go to Los Angeles, what do you think then? Two things are possible. He doesn't know, or he really is not there. So one who has reached there and he knows that he reached there, there's no more action to do beyond that. Etavata grantena asti kaschit swayam nityam iti arabhya ekadashabhihi shlokaihi paramaha kaha atma ityasya prashnasya uttaramuktva ko namabantaha iti shishyasya pradama prashnasya uttaramaha. Now, having explained what is Atman, having explained what is Anatman, explained very clearly there, then he goes to, and how to distinguish between these two also has been said. Tayohu viveha katamedaduchadam. Then now goes to the first question. What is that? Ko namabandaha. What is bondage? So why is that in the order in which he is not going? Because bondage cannot be explained unless you know the one who thinks that he is bound. See, if I do not know who is bound, then you do not know what is bondage. See, otherwise bondage will look something superficial or external. See, you may think bondage is because of the body. I am not free because I am born like this. I'm not bound. I'm bound because of the people around me. I'm because my prarabdha. That is what generally people think. No, why are you suffering? What to do prarabdha? Or because my circumstances are like this. My situation is, I'm born like this. First of all, you understand what is that anatma, which you are not. What is that which you are not? And secondly, understand what you are. Now you know, understand what is bondage. Why? Because now I am going to show you bondage is actually not there. Is it not Krishna also did the same thing? I don't want to fight. I'm going to kill these people. Question is, who is killing? Not why you should fight the war. That is not first taken up. Why do you think that you are killing? Who is getting killed? And who are you? Having explained your illusion about yourself and your illusion about others, when that is cleared, now let us go back to the first question. Now, what is it you're asking? Why should I fight? Who is fighting? So, the explanation of Atman and Anatman has been taken up first to only to explain to him later on now that the bondage that you are experiencing is a mere mental confusion. It is not really there. But from the student standpoint, that he does not know, therefore he first starts with, I am bound. What's bondage? See, in the Dakshinamurti Sutra Mantra is explaining today. Somebody asked me after the class only. See, the parallel in the Ullasa, Manas Ullasa, you're there, right? But after the class, you're there. After the, okay. He puts a beautiful parallel. That is, let's say a person is sleeping and he is dreaming as though he had got a great kingdom ruling. After that, he got defeated and he became poor and suffering, all that. So all that he experiences within few minutes, it looked like the whole lifetime. Sometimes the dream looks like whole lifetime until you wake up and you realize only 5 minutes are over. So if you put as a portion of it is the waking personality who is lying down on the bed, and the dreamer who is going through this experience, you will see that waker has absolutely no effect, got no effect of this dream. That person who is sleeping is snoring away and he's actionless, not doing any action. Whereas the jiva here is doing all the activities, going here, there, conquering, winning various kingdom and enjoying various pleasures of life, and then getting married, and then getting children, and then after that he is being defeated, and then he is going through the suffering, all that. Whereas actually nothing is going on. Here all activities, karma is going on. Here the same personality who is lying down on the bed doing absolutely nothing. Isn't it? Yes or no?
Yes.
Now, to whom is the bondage? To the lying person or to the one this side? Where is the bondage? To the person who is lying on the bed, he has no karma and no bondage. He is not suffering an iota or even a fraction of the experience that is going through in the swapna. And in the person who is going through the there is no freedom. You cannot stop doing things. The problem is that only upon waking up he realizes it. Until then he cannot. So how much our bondage is said to be false to the person who is still in the dream, Until he wakes up, that bondage is false, cannot be realized. So now you see in this verse, he will talk about what actually is bondage and how it cannot be overcome unless that knowledge takes place. Unless that person wakes up to realize, I was just sleeping for 5 minutes only. In the 5 minutes, my God, you will live a whole lifetime of experience. In that Ullasa, he says, Yata Swapne Tata Jagrad Avastasu. The same parallel he puts. Whatever is applicable in the Swapna is same in waking. Atranatmanyah iti Madirbandha yeshosya pumsaha Prapto jnana janana marana Klesha sampada hetuhu Yenaiva yambapuridam asat Satyamityatma buddhyam Pushyat ukshatyavadi vishayaihi Tantu bhikosha kridvat. 1 minute, let me. Ajnanatmanyahamidi madihi bandha yeshosya pumsaha prato jnana janana marana klesha samvrata hetuhu yenaiva yambapuridam asat satyamityatma buddhya pushyat yukshatyavadi vishayaihi tantu bhikosha kritvat. Kosha krit tandubihi yadvat. Kosha kritvat vishayaihi tandubihi vishayaihi pushyati ukshati avati. Now we see, like a cocoon which creates its shell out of its own saliva, and it covers itself thinking that it is protected. In the same way, he is giving a parallel here. Atra, here, anatmani ahamiti matihi. In the not self, having the notion that it is the self, iti bandha. That is the bondage. Bondage is not anything created by the world, or by the people, or by the situations, or by any objects. It is misunderstanding oneself to be other than what one really is. That is the bondage. Eshaha asya pumsaha praptaha. This is obtained by the individual ajnanat, due to absence of knowledge. What? Janana marana klesha sampata hetuhu praptaha. The cause of constant birth and death, which is constant klesha, defect, afflicted by that. Yena eva ayam vapuhu, yena, because of which, ayam vapuhu, this body, idam asat, which is unreal, sat ayam iti atma buddhya. This is real in this kind of a notion. Then he keeps on pushyati, nourishes it, ukshati, engages in actions, avati, protects it, vishayayihi, with objects. Like what? Like that of a cocoon, that what you call that as silkworm, creates its own cocoon woven by its own threads. We are all living our own cocoons. What is that place they go in Mexico? What is that place? Cocoon Island. What is it called? Cancun. That is cocoon. Cancun. Whenever they say I went to Cancun, I remember this cocoon thing. Cancun. So, atra purvoktaritya vasudha paramatmanah eva swaswarupatve api ajnanat anadi siddha avidyavashat praptah asya pumsah anatmani dehado aham iti madihi aham manushyah aham shutpipasadiman ichchami karomi bunje ityadyaya madihi eva bantah iti anvayah. So the one who thinks continuously that I am subject to hunger, thirst, I want this, I want that. This way, anatmani dehado ahamidi buddhi. Now one will ask, so Sonia, what is wrong in that? Is it not I am given this physical body by my parents? And taking care of it is my responsibility. Who else will do it? My body, somebody will take care of it. For my hunger, somebody will eat it. See, it is one thing to take care of the body and understanding it to be a vehicle of the soul. Another thing is forgetting about the soul and thinking the body alone is real. This distinction, at least, we must come to recognize. Me dehu hu is different from mera ek deh hai. Like that of a vehicle. Vahana rupe. Vahana rupam deham. This is only a vehicle for the body, for the soul. At least there we must make a little distinction. From I am the body to mine is this body. And this body is a vehicle. And I have to take care of it because it is serving its purpose. That way, one slowly, then only there is possibility of ability to let go whatever be the demands of the mind. See, these bodily needs are there, bodily demands are also there. Needs need to be taken care because otherwise it will fail. It will not serve you the purpose. If I said, I don't want to eat, okay, kshut pipasa, hunger and thirst, I don't want any more, take care of that. Then your very vehicle that is necessary for your sadhana will not be there. But taking care of that is next to be done. Sharira yatra pijade na prasidyeta karmana. Krishna would say, even for the sake of the carrying the journey called life, body, which is a vehicle, need to be taken care, and there needs an action. So, atra anat, so continuing here, bandhasya karyamaha janana marana klesha sampada hetuhu. Bandhasya karyam means the effect of this bandhan, effect of this bondage is janana marana klesha sampada. Sampada means saha patanam. Continuously getting born, dying, tasya hetuhu. Janana marana uti upalakshanam dukkha hetunam kshutvipasadinam sarvesham. And hunger and thirst, etc., are continuously going on, like janana and marana. Thus, therefore, eneva anatmani atmati rupa bandheneva ayam purushaha idam asat vapuhu atmabuddhya satyam iti aham iti abhimanena vishayehi bandakaihi api anukulaihi iva pradiyamanehi rasadibihi pushyati vardayati vukshati sinchati avadi rakshati. Because of this physical body being considered as the real, so whatever that is possible which will make my body enjoys, grow, etc., that needs to be the continuous engagement in the world. And that engagement in the world only to take care of the body, etc., becomes the cocoon. One goes on and on and on and on. See, that is why when you see people are very busy, I'm very busy, so what are you doing? Whole day and night for years together, what is that you're doing? Pina Cana Sona, Picasso. Pina kana sona, pina kana sona, pina kana. The same thing every day. When we do not have any other agenda of life, only eating, drinking, sleeping, sleep, and then mating, eating, drinking, sleeping, mating, eating, drinking, continuously when it goes on, at some point of time when you can't do that, or when you do it, nothing happens. Whatever eaten is not digesting, what is drinking is not going through, body has been. Now suddenly you realize, what did I do for those whole 20, 75 years? अगले जन्म में देखेंगे. Next birth, I'm Swami, I realized it now. Now I can't do anything. Next birth. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. Again birth. Again the same mistake. Again the same bondage. Again the cocoon created. Again unable to come out of the cocoon. That's what he says, that cocoon that you have created, you cannot come out. Tatra anurupah drishtantah tandubihi koshakritvat iti yata koshakaraha krimihi swadehat lalavyayena tantun kritva. That very bird, they would call that silkworm, having created a small string out of its own saliva, creating taihi rakshidaha bhavami, by that I will get protected, iti bhrantya. There's a delusion of this silkworm is that silk net or silk, what you call, shell that it has created, by which I will be protected. In this way it thinks. Tan madhya lagnaha, tan madhye lagnaha, getting placed himself into that. Anyatra gantum ashaktaha, once it is inside, it cannot go anywhere. Caught. Anyatra gantum ashakya. To go anywhere, it is impossible. Yata mriyate, it dies. Or an intelligent human being takes it and puts in hot water and it dies. And then that saliva, nothing but the creamy saliva, removed slowly, woven. Silk. I'm wearing silk saree, Swamiji. Nothing but the saliva of a poor creamy. Isn't it? Fashionable sarees. So that evam jivaha api shariram atmatvena matva, in the same way a jiva having the misunderstanding of the self, body as the self, vishayehi poshayan, with the objects having poshayan, making one's own body growing, tadvashaha janma maranati sakala vida dukkam anubhavati iti bhava. Continuously suffering birth and death. Uktam hi koshakrimihi tanduviratmadeham aveshtya chaveshtya jaguptimichan swayam vinirgantum ashakta evassan tadastan tadam tad antam riyate salagna iti. Therefore it is said, this koshakrimi, having created a shelter for itself out of its own saliva and entering into that, thinking that it will be protected, finally not going anywhere, it is going to get stuck and then die. In the same way, tatra, in the same way, one is continuously caught up in its own. See, here one may think that, okay, Swamiji, the body is what you're talking. No. Mind. Mind also creates its own kosha, its own shell or its own port. We are unable to think beyond what you have been thinking. Right? If you look at the kind of thoughts that we have in our mind, nothing new. Why? There is no input also coming anywhere. So when you are a person is studying a shastra or listening to something new, then there is a possibility of opening up your usual way of thinking. If that doesn't take place, your thinking will be exactly the same what it was before, every day. That's why Bhagavan Shankaracharya is what? Vedo nityamadiyata. Pehle padho. What you don't know, come to know. Then the mind will come out of its usual way of thinking. Is a way of thinking also is a shell. When I look at a person whom I don't like or with whom I had an unpleasant experience, the immediate reaction is I don't like it, I hate this person, I don't want to talk to them. So this kind of a thinking which you never overcome, or a person or a thing, object which you like, I like it, I want it, I own it, I want to experience. This kind of thinking of owning or possessing, which you never questioned, how will you come out of it? Both likes and dislikes can cause the great bondage. I can come out only when I stop thinking in that way. I should break that shell. And the breaking that shell means, obviously, allow the new knowledge to come in. That is what Shravanam does. Okay, let's see in the next class. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayaha, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhat Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Guru Pyo Namaha.